Restored Republic via GCR. Judy note, the new Global Wealth Distribution GWD system has been based on the freedoms ingrained in trade and sovereignty. That meant not only would tariffs, not taxes, fund sovereign governments worldwide, but that personal quantum financial accounts across the globe were solely owned by personal and sovereign account holders, not a bank or government. Under QFS, every account is secured by quantum encryption. You own it, not the bank. There were no intermediaries, no seizure, no censorship. The old banking model fades as centralized control collapses. Transactions become instant, transparent, and incorruptible. Right now, traditional banking systems were being phased out. The digital gold asset-backed framework of the global financial system was taking their place. Sunday, March 1, 2026, was the due date for the official death of the former basis for international trade. The Satan-worshipping Babylon Federal Reserve fiat US dollar. Presently, $500 trillion of frozen assets from international tariffs was now quietly being injected into the global financial system, bypassing the IMF, central banks, and mainstream media. A whopping 80% of that money was destined for use in humanitarian programs across the world. In addition to that money, the Trump-Musk Doge audits uncovered a $14.6 billion medical scam, a $2.5 trillion JP Morgan Bank silver scam, and a $1 trillion Federal Reserve scam. Though the $1 trillion Federal Reserve scam was believed to be just a small tip of the iceberg for what the Satan-worshipping deep state cabal has been stealing from U.S. taxpayers since they took over our financial system in 1913. Military is the only way has been the mantra of the Global Military Alliance since it was formed to take down the cabal back in 2016. President Trump had been preparing for martial law since before he first took office. Within the next 3 years, by 2019, the investigative team had filed over 492 sealed indictments. In federal courts across the nation, an estimated 80 to 140 Congresspeople were said named on those indictments, 85% to 95% of whom were thought to be Democrats. Pelosi Democrats said to receive millions to keep border open. The arrests of Congress and elites such as the Clintons and Pelosi's didn't happen back then, but did along with their fellow cohort Joe Biden by the time Biden actually his body double took office in 2021. As of Tuesday, February 3, 2026, Trump's global military alliance has brought in at least 20,000 plus foreign military troops to make deep state arrests in up to 360 U.S. cities. On Tuesday's 3rd of February evening, 2026, deep state assets would be rounded up in covert raids across D.C., London, and Vatican City by the Global Military Alliance. The EBS was badly needed. El Cajon, California Mayor Bill Wells claimed that George Soros was paying protesters between $80,000 and $120,000 a year to fly around the country, for the purpose of creating chaos and anarchy. The EBS activation window was locked in for within 72 hours or less by Thursday, February 5, 2026. Judy note, lately I have been receiving an overload of emails from readers centered around when, where, and how to exchange foreign currencies and redeem bonds. I simply don't know any more than what I can put in my updates. The ones in the know have not clearly outlined how to 4B us. The internet group will be notified to set appointments, other than to indicate that it might be by phone, email, or text. I'm assuming they have our latest information gathered on their supercompute. Today, JFK Jr. indicated on Telegram that those who have been verified for a master list were being notified for redemption appointments. Now, how you get on that master list is a complete mystery to me. On Telegram, there exist several scams and questionable ways to set up a QFS wallet bank account. They all involved sending some unknown source thousands of dollars, which I would not advise anyone to do. This is an open plea to the powers that be. Please let us in Tier 4B, the internet group who have foreign currency and or Zim bonds to exchange Bosch redeem know how to get on your master list, or at least how to obtain an exchange redemption appointment. Thank you and with love, Judy. EBS A2's February 3rd, 2026. EBS to bring in temporary martial law Narazara secrets on Telegram Emergency Broadcast System. EBS, not for entertainment, not for politics, but for executions. When the EBS is activated, no permission will be sought. All media, all networks, and all narratives will be ignored. What follows will be a temporary martial law not to suppress the people but to dismantle the criminal power structure and restore fair, transparent, and verifiable elections. Stay calm, stays alert, everything is about to change. Benezer Jazara Quantum Financial System 2's February 3, 2026. Jazara Quantum Financial System Quantum Connected on Telegram. EBS Emergency Broadcast Capability designed to unify communication after system shift. Soden Secure Routing Architecture ensuring continuity and integrity. ISO 20022, the Global Financial Messaging Standard enabling transparency, interoperability, and real-time settlement. See possible timing. On Sunday, 1st of February 2026, the new gold asset-backed quantum financial system went 100% live. On Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 midnight, the old world dies, so the restored republic can live. The U.S. incorporated government shuts down due to Congress not passing a 2026 budget. EBS activation window locked in at 72 hours or less to Thursday, February 5th, 2026. On Saturday, 7th of February 2026, the privately owned U.S. incorporated government shuts down, including Congress not approving a budget to fund it. On Sunday, 8th of February 2026, America's new constitutional republic goes live. On Monday, February 9th, 2026, the global currency reset gold-backed currency goes live. Sunday, March 1st, 2026 has been set as the transition date when the Federal Reserve fiat US dollar would no longer be accepted for payment by twos. February 17th, 2026. MedBids go fully operational worldwide in 205 nations. 200-plus dedicated healing centers slated for mid-March completion. D-Timeline History Timeline unfolding. Trump quietly activates NICER. QFS goes live. Global reset in motion. Mr. Poole on Telegram. While most of the world rested over the holidays, President Trump moved in silence. Behind the scenes, a global transformation began unfolding. One system shutting down, another rising. Late December 2025, Trump secretly activated NISRA, laying the foundation for full financial liberation while the media slept. Monday, January 19, 2026, the Q clock expired. FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed the Rothschild banking empire's collapse, and global bank shutdowns. Blackout alerts followed. Tuesday, January 20th, at Cheyenne Mountain, Trump initiated the quantum financial system transition to a gold-backed U.S. node. Internal test transactions began through Zurich, Dubai, Singapore, and Texas, phasing out the SWIFT system in real time without civil collapse. Friday, January 23rd to 3rd, Cole 7 a.m. EST. Trump's alliance with Putin and Xi triggered a BRICS-led currency shift. 209 nations locked into gold-backed money, collapsing the Federal Reserve note, seizing Rothschild-controlled banks. Iraq, Zimbabwe currencies revalued sky-high. Saturday, January 24th, the Military Commissions Act was fully activated. Trump's military tribunals overrode civilian courts. Neezer Jazar was officially live, all debt wiped, credit cards, mortgages, student loans. The QFS system began syncing verified identities across the globe. Sunday, January 25th, the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, was activated in over 100 U.S. cities, confirmed by FBI Director Patel. Tuesday, January 27th, nearly 3.7 million deep state operatives were reportedly scheduled for arrest and tribunal processing. Wednesday, January 28th, the 10 days of darkness began. Rolling blackouts, media silence, and nationwide DBS looping red pill truth. From Epstein files to dumb rescues, election fraud, and bioweapon evidence, the quantum override began disrupting grid systems. Mainstream narratives went dark. Wednesday, January 28th, First Lady Melania Trump was set to ring the New York Stock Exchange bell, potentially signaling the public shift from fiat to gold-backed currency. Saturday, Jan 31, and Sunday, February 1st, the entire world will be alerted. A loud, unmissable emergency signal will hit every phone globally. It's designed to wake people up, literally. The shift is incoming. It has already begun. The reset is active. The system is live. EBS brings in temporary martial law by Thursday, February 5th, 2026. Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. The storm is no longer coming. It is here. Military intel dropping confirms. final phase of the Great Awakening has begun. Deep state assets being rounded up in covert raids across DC, NYC, London, and Vatican City tonight. EBS activation window now locked in 72 hours or less. Starlink grid fully secured. Fake news satellites offline. Only white hat broadcasts will flow. The People's Money QFS is already live in test mode. Your new gold-backed accounts are sinking as you read this. God is in control. Patriots stand ready. The old world dies so the Republic can live again. WWG1 forever. Prepare your spirit and your home. The truth is about to flood every screen. Are you feeling the energy shift tonight? F Global Currency Reset on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. At Bank of America, traditional systems were being phased out. Digital asset-backed frameworks were taking their place. Sunday, March 1st, 2026 is the critical transition date, when the Federal Reserve fiat US dollar would no longer be accepted. Everything has changed. God bless the Republic.